We're back at 8:38. The tech giant Apple is always rolling out new gadgets to tempt us with. And today's Jenna Bush Hager had the rare opportunity to visit its campus out in California. Jenna, did you bring us gifts?
Cool. I brought you nothing. My husband asked.
Wow.
And you know what? It's important that girls write code.
And that new site?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And there's some great food, I think. But that's
making hit music since the 60s. And Willie, you found out he's not slowing down now.
See everybody tapping their toes immediately when the song comes on. He's got so many huge hits, and over the years, his style and his sound have evolved. And that is the case with Simon's new album, Stranger to Stranger. We caught up with him in the recording studio at his Connecticut home.
People need in a day. That is
Look
the
at these two
equivalent.
over here. It's good, right?
Yeah, great.
We're hungry.
I love when they blame the babies. Nice.
Dig in.
Nice.
And that recipe is on the website. You're looking at the equivalent of 30. Oh my gosh, I thought you were taking the General Joy's chicken.
They had some guest hosts with us. We're back after your local.
And it's a hot one out in the Southwest. We've got 29 million people under some sort of heat alert, and we are looking like we are going to break more records as we go through the day today. We are expecting highs about 100 to 125 degrees. Keep in mind, it's so dry that we could see, the chance of dehydration, heat stroke, heat cramps, so you really need to stay hydrated. Temperatures the next few days will still be on the warm side because of this area of high pressure that will continue to cause sinking air that heats up as it does so. So we are going to see temperatures running about 15 to 25 degrees above average. And in Santa Barbara, where the fires are, the good news is by Wednesday, we should finally see increasing humidity and lowering temperatures. So that should help firefighters. Let's look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you. Up next, another Luke who knows what life's like on tour. We want to mention before we start our game, Luke's got a new EP, Farm Tour. Here's to the farmer.
Touched.
All right. Very nice.
He wants to point out. It's all real right there.
Are we ready for this
let's
now?
do it.
We're going to play this game. It's called Luke Shenary. Now, Luke and I, yes, I have the advantage. We're going head-to-head with Willie and Dylan. Each team has 45 seconds to draw and solve as many clues as they can, switching with the other teammate after each answer. And they all have to do with Luke's song title. So you should be really good at that.
Yeah, I'm
Dude, so let's see.
Give y'all a head
All right,
start
since the game is named after you, we'll let you go first.
Go
so
first.
let's put 45 seconds on the clock.
So I do the.
Okay, so how does this
He
work?
picks one
He
out.
picks a
You
card,
pick one
you
out,
guess.
and you draw it.
He draws.
Okay.
Ready? Go ahead.
Go.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, that's not easy.
Okay. Did you see that?
This
you
is
saw.
crazy.
Yeah, it's hard. We're not doing them.
So
Go for it.
I have no
You're
idea.
down to
You
35
can pass.
seconds.
Pass.
Dear Lord,
No, that was that was hard.
Okay, this is easy.
Okay. Beer.
Oh, I'm back.
No.
Okay,
no,
it's
my
they get to
turn.
go.
Great.
40.
How many
Wait,
seconds?
Okay.
We're done.
We're up.
You're up. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We laughed too much.
Who's first?
Beer in the mouth is your next single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
I'll hit you with a beer in the mouth.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. That's car.
Oh, she's good. I
Headlights,
know this one.
What? Headlights, beer. What? Shine a beer. Beer in the headlights.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Headlights.
job.
Very good drawing.
Yes.
Okay.
That was
Here.
great.
Here, I'll assist.
Dylan's a pro
I'll
at
Vanna
this,
White
by the
this
way.
thing.
It's our family
Okay.
game on holidays.
Okay.
Creeping off to your left
Come on
over
over.
here.
Creep
And
in.
the monitor switches and everything. We've got a chance of storms today through the eastern Great Lakes, stretching right back into northern Missouri. Hail and damaging wind gusts will be our biggest threat today. It is hot everywhere else across the country. In the southwest, we'll break more records. It's hot and humid in the southeast with your feels-like temperature close to about 100 degrees. Tomorrow, we've got a couple spotty areas of stronger storms through the northern plains, back through the Midwest, and even into the mid-Atlantic later in the afternoon. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Having to slow down and not scarf it
I
all
haven't
down.
stopped eating since you guys
That's
started.
delicious.
And see how that thickens, Luke?
Yeah.
So we're going to
This is
sell the
very
best.
cool.
We're going to have the best Wagyu beef. We'll have the best
Fantastic.
and some rare stuff as well, which is cool.
All right, I'm
How
doing
long
this.
would he do?
You get a nice sear and then you
Get in
cook
here.
it slow. So once you've got that, and you cook it really slow.
Do you
So
keep flipping it?
medium
or-
rare. Yeah, you should.
Excellent, Curtis. Delicious. If you want the recipe, just head to our website, today.com/food. Coming up next, the Marley legacy lives on. Ziggy Marley.
I want to hear about your show, but we've lost a couple of our hosts.
Where are they?
Luke Bryan and Natalie Morales. Where are they?
I don't know. Yes, I have the advantage. We're going head-to-head with Willie and Dylan. Each team has 45 seconds to draw and solve as many clues as they can, switching with the other teammate after each answer. And they all have to do with Luke's song title. So you should be really good at that.
Yeah, I'm
Dude, so let's see.
Give y'all a head
All right,
start or
since the game is
something.
named after you, we'll let you go first.
Go
So
first.
let's put 45
Okay.
seconds on the clock.
So I do the.
Okay, so So how does this
He
work?
picks one
He
out.
picks a
You
card
pick one
and you
out
guess.
and you draw it.
He
Yes.
draws.
Okay.
Ready? Go ahead.
Go.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, that's not
Okay. Did you see that?
This
you
is
saw.
crazy.
Yeah,
You did.
it's hard. We're not doing them.
So,
Go for it.
I have no
You're
idea.
down to
We can
35
pass. Yeah,
seconds.
pass.
Dear Lord.
No, that was
tough.
That was
Okay, this is.
We're back at 8:38. The tech giant Apple is always rolling out new gadgets to tempt us with. And today's Jenna Bush Hager had the rare opportunity to visit its campus out in California. Jenna, did you bring us gifts?
I brought you nothing. My husband asked. Wow. And you know what? It's important that girls write code.
And that new site?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And there's some great food, I think. But that's
Making hit music since the 60s. And Willie, you found out, he's not slowing down now.
See everybody tapping their toes immediately when the song comes on. He's got so many huge hits, and over the years, his style and his sound have evolved. And that is the case with Simon's new album, Stranger to Stranger. We caught up with him in the recording studio at his Connecticut home.
Easy.
Okay. Beer.
Oh, I'm back.
No.
Okay,
No, it's my
they get to
turn.
go.
Great.
40.
Wait, how many
Wait,
seconds? We're done.
We're up.
You're up. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We laughed too much.
Who was first?
Beer in the mouth is your next single.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
I'll hit you with a beer in the mouth.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. That's car.
Oh, she's good. I
Headlights,
know this one.
What? Headlights, beer. What? Shine a beer. Beer in the headlights.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Beer in the headlights.
job.
Very good drawing.
Yes.
Okay.
That was
Here.
great.
Here, I'll assist.
Dylan's a pro
I'll
at
ban a
this,
white
by the
this
way.
thing.
It's our family
Okay.
game on holidays.
Okay.
Creeping off to your left
Come on
over here.
over.
People need in a day. That is
Look
the
at these two
equivalent.
over here. It's good, right?
Yeah, great.
We're hungry.
I love when they
love
blame the babies.
Dig
Nice.
in.
Nice.
And that recipe is on the website. You're looking at the equivalent of 30. Oh my gosh, I thought you were taking the General Joy's chicken.
They had some guest hosts with us. We're back after your local.
And it's a hot one out in the Southwest. We've got 29 million people under some sort of heat alert, and we are looking like we are going to break more records as we go through the day today. We are expecting highs about 100 to 125 degrees. Keep in mind, it's so dry that we could see, the chance of dehydration, heat stroke, heat cramps, so you really need to stay hydrated. Temperatures the next few days will still be on the warm side because of this area of high pressure that will continue to cause sinking air that heats up as it does so. So we are going to see temperatures running about 15 to 25 degrees above average. And in Santa Barbara, where the fires are, the good news is by Wednesday, we should finally see increasing humidity and lowering temperatures. So that should help firefighters. Let's look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you. Up next, another Luke who knows what life's like on tour. We want to mention before we start our game, Luke's got a new EP farm tour. Here's to the farmer.
Touch.
All right.
Very nice.
He wants to
No
point
filter.
out. It's all real right there.
Are we ready for this
Yeah, let's
now?
do it.
We're going to play this game. It's
gosh.
called Luke-tionary. Now, Luke and I